let me take the opportunity to introduce you to our new CEO, Lucas, who is going to be our host for this evening. So Lucas joined S.A.L.V.E with experience from the public, private and charitable sectors. He completed his law degree and then spent 3 years at the Home Office before joining a startup in London, delivering sports events and managing retired sports stars. In 2019, he joined Street Child United and he helped to deliver the Street Child Cricket World Cup in London. And then he project managed the Street Child World Cup in Qatar and the Street Child Cricket World Cup in India. So he's got vast amounts of experience from all over the world working with street connected children. And I personally have really enjoyed getting to know Lucas since he's joined S.A.L.V.E, and I'm really excited to see what we're going to achieve with him as our new CEO. So with no further ado, over to Lucas.
Thank you, Nicola. Hopefully everyone can hear me. We'll try and avoid the tech issues moving forward. But as you say, what is a meeting online without some tech issues? Firstly, thank you to everyone for joining. I'm really pleased to be here and to introduce myself to some new friends. It's great to see there are some familiar faces that I know on the call who I hope will become long-term supporters, as are a lot of people who are already on the call joining us tonight. It's a privilege for me to join S.A.L.V.E and take on the role of CEO. I have really great experience of working with organizations in similar size and capacity and impact as S.A.L.V.E. So my work at Street Child United involved working with organizations, supporting street connected young people in 35 countries. And that was about 50 different organizations that I worked with. And some of them I was very lucky enough to travel to visit and spend time with and learn from. So my experience tells me that the challenges that we face at S.A.L.V.E are not challenges that are unique to us. They are challenges faced by street connected young people and organizations supporting them all over the world. But that means that there are common solutions and opportunities as well. So I can bring my learning from working with those organizations to help S.A.L.V.E take our next steps in the coming months and years. So I've seen the power that giving young people the opportunity to fulfill their potential can have. I've seen young people who are now at university. They have trained as doctors, as lawyers. They've spoken at the UN. Some of them actually from Team Uganda at the Street Child World Cup are now playing cricket professionally for Uganda. So it's a fantastic opportunity for young people to push forward and show the world that they are somebody and that their voices matter. And through them, we can see the change that we all want to see because we are supporters of organizations like S.A.L.V.E. So I have a passion to build communities that are built on respect for everyone and helping everyone to achieve their dreams and their potential. And I've seen that already at S.A.L.V.E in the very short time that I've been here. I went out to S.A.L.V.E for 3 weeks at the start of March, and I'm very impressed by the organization, the professionalism, the commitment, the passion, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later. But we are in a really strong place to push forward and have as much impact as we can for as many young people as we can. Uganda is quite a special place for me. The eagle-eyed amongst you will see there is a circle on the screen. That is me, age 17, when I first visited Uganda and Ginger specifically with my scout troop. It was the first time I had ever left the UK without my parents. So it was a very special trip for me. And a lot of the people you can see on screen are still some of my best friends nearly 15 years later. I was there for 5 weeks, taking part in some community projects. It was also the World Scout Jamboree, so that was the main reason we were there. But it was a life-changing trip for me and made me fall in love with not just the country, but the continent. And I've subsequently traveled back and forward to a number of different countries in the years since. So it was a pleasure to go back in March. It felt very familiar. Some things had changed. The roads were much better, which was great to see. But a lot of it has not changed, and it felt very familiar. And I was very pleased to be back and felt very comfortable. So I look forward to being a returning visitor in the years to come. And I'm actually planning my next trip for the end of May, so I'll be back relatively soon. So that's enough about me. You hopefully get to know me a little bit more as the night goes on, but I'm very open to questions and I'm happy for people to reach out to me after this meeting as well. But what are we going to do tonight? Well, This event is specifically to celebrate the International Day for Street Children, which was on Friday, the 12th of April. We figured you probably wouldn't want to get together on a Friday night, so we very kindly moved this to slightly later in the month. But it's a day that is specifically set in the calendar for us to celebrate the voices of young people who live and work on the street, to empower them and to say, we see you, we hear you, and we will make a difference with you. So it's a very special day in our calendar. We published a newspaper. The young people wrote all of the content. I'm going to speak about that and send you some links later in this meeting. But it's probably the most important day in our calendar. So it was a big day for us on Friday. And we had an event in Ginger as well that Alfred was our country director was a key part of. So we'll be sharing some more information about that in the coming days as we gather the photos and get the feedback from that event. So next we are going to hear from Alfred about a very significant piece of research that we conducted last year into the number of children who are living and working on the streets in Ginger. After that, I'm going to quickly go through some of the impact that you as supporters have had by supporting us and the things we've been able to achieve as an organisation because of your support. And then the thing that everybody is waiting for, the raffle prize draw, we will see who has won that holiday, but more importantly, possibly the crate of wine, which I think might be the most sought after prize tonight. So we'll get to that about 8 o'clock. So you've probably got a maximum of 5 minutes or so before we close that if you want to buy some tickets and help us to raise some funds to help us continue doing our work. So I'm going to introduce now Alfred. He is on the call. He is our country director in Uganda. We hope that he will be able to answer some questions at the end of the call, but just because of connectivity issues, we have a video to show you to summarize the research that we did last year. It's a really important piece of research. The last time this was done was 2017, so it's been a number of years, so it's good for us to understand how the situation has changed and how our work is impacting the young people we're working with. But before we do that, we have a poll. We're going to hope that the tech works wonders here, and it's very snazzy. There we go. Look at that. We would like you to answer this question. What do you think has been the increase in the number of children on the streets since our last head count in 2017? I'm going to give you about 10 seconds to answer. You can click on the screen. This is very exciting. This is very fancy. I've never done this before. I'm pleased this has worked. Okay, so the majority of people, we got 52% saying 192, or it's going down 50%, 127. Everyone thinks it's significant amount. Okay, that's great. Thanks. We can close the poll. The answer is, as the 50% have said, 192%. That is the increase in the number of children living and working on the streets in Ginger. So it's a really important piece of research for us. Alfred has explained how we did it, why we did it in the next video. So I'm going to share that with you. Hopefully you can hear the audio and see the images. If you have some issues with connectivity, we are recording. You'll be able to watch this afterwards as well. So let's watch the video and then we'll come back afterwards.
Hello, my name is Alfred Ochaya, the Ugandan S.A.L.V.E director. I would like to share with you the findings of our head counting research that we conducted in 2023 to establish the number of children living on the streets in Ginger, Uganda. We knew that more children were coming to the streets. We also knew that many children were coming to our drop-in center, but we wanted to know by how much this has changed the children's behavior as a result of the cost of living crisis, as a result of Ebola outbreak, and also as a result of the COVID-19 lockdown. And we wanted to know how this has actually affected people's livelihoods. We trained a team of researchers to interview children on the streets to build a picture of how many children there were both living and working on the streets. Since the last head count in 2017, the data showed that there has been a 192% increase in the number of children on the streets. That is an estimate of 11,516 children living and working on the streets of Ginger at the start of 2023. Children on the streets of Jinja are now as young as 3 years old. 68% of children on the streets are boys and 32% are girls. There are now more refugee children than ever before, and 63% of all the children we interviewed had been on the streets for more than 1 year. Of the children we interviewed, 14% were sleeping openly in the streets. Our data also showed that 16% children were living in child-headed households, which is where children will rent an insecure house as a group, often in a slum area. The majority of the remaining 69% were staying with an adult relative and coming to the streets to make money or find food. Often their work on the streets will help to provide their family with an income, and these children are very rarely in school. The huge increase means there has to be an equivalent increase in support to help these children to leave the streets, to be resettled back home to their families, and get back to education. We have been sharing our head counting research far and wide so that more people get to know the urgent need for more support to help the street contact children.
Some of the reasons that we got from the children who are on the streets as to why they end up there, one of them is poverty in their homes, and then the other reason they gave us was domestic violence. And then we also have the issue of peer influence, because some of their friends leave home and go to the streets and tell them that life is good there because they have the freedom to do whatever they want. So that is why they are also influenced and end up on the street. So we want to ask our Jinja City authorities to partner together with us and see that we are working towards fulfilling our vision of no street called home.
We hope that you too can share the findings of our research. This will help us give a voice for the children living on the streets, and also an opportunity for them to have a bright future. Thank you for watching and for partnering with us in our vision for there to be no street called home. Hello.
So you can see it's a problem that is unfortunately increasing. So our work is more important than ever. And we couldn't achieve what we do as an organization without the support of everybody on this call and a number of all our other supporters who couldn't make it tonight. So this is the first time I'm going to thank you as supporters for your commitment to S.A.L.V.E. It won't be the last time tonight. So I hope you're ready to be thanked a number of times. I am very lucky that I get to be the face of the organization tonight, but the organization doesn't function without the team in Jinja. Alfred leads a team of over 20 staff on a day-to-day basis, and they are doing the work on the ground. I spent lots of time with them, and I'm looking forward to spending more time with them. And they are a fantastic team who are incredibly committed to this cause and passionate about achieving our aims. So this is also my first time to thank them for the work that they are doing, and to thank them for their commitment to this organization, because we could not do it without them. The data helps us contextualize the problem and to seek funding, but also to make sure that we are working with the right partners locally to solve the challenges that we face. But the impact we've had over our lifetime is quite remarkable, and most of this is down to Nicola and her vision and leadership. But just to give you an idea of over our lifetime, the street outreach team have worked with over 3,000 children. It's a remarkable number. Our halfway homes have looked after and cared for nearly 800 children in our lifetime. The drug rehab program, which is a newer program that we have run, has worked with over 170 children, and that program is expanding at the moment. And our family resettlement program has seen over 800 children reunited with their families across the country. Education is a really big part of what we do, and a great part of our prevention work. We currently have 123 children receiving education either at school or through vocational courses. And 97 young people have graduated from S.A.L.V.E.'s educational support program. So we're seeing the long-term benefit of our programming, and we're even lucky enough to have some of our young people who've graduated come back and support us in our programs and join our staff team. The final department is our community and business team. And I was very lucky when I was in Ginger to go on a field trip with them to visit a family in Busia, which was about 3.5, 4 hours drive away, who had received startup support from us to start their own business. So one of their children had been resettled from the streets in Ginger to them. And then through the work that our community team are doing, they had received training, education, and support financially to start their own business. They had decided to start a clothes reselling business. So they buy and resell clothes in their local market. It's apparently a business that fluctuates quite heavily around the different times of the year. So Christmas is a big market, Easter is a big market. But I was really pleased to see they're doing so well that they are now making enough money to cover their basic costs and reinvest back into the business. And that is through the support of our community business team. So not only do they help them start, but they are then checking on them regularly throughout the next period to make sure that they are functioning as a business, but also receiving the support that they need. So it was great to visit them. They've even got to a point where they have agreed that the educational support they receive for their children from S.A.L.V.E. will be reduced because they can now afford to pay some of the educational school fees. So we spoke to them about withdrawing some of our support so that we could support other families who are in greater need. And they were completely supportive of that and understood, and were very grateful for the support we had given. But I was very pleased to see the impact that these businesses can have for families. I think it's some of our most important work because that prevention stops the cycle and relapse of children ending up back on the streets. So I was very pleased to spend the time with this team and see the successes. We have a poll, another poll, very exciting. How many businesses do you think we have helped to start through S.A.L.V.E.? There you go, it's on your screen now. You can have another guess. 272, 383, 454. Everyone's managed to get hold of our annual report before it's even been written, I think. You all seem to know the answers. 50% of you are right, it's 383. So we have helped to start 383 different businesses for caregivers for young people who have been part of our program at S.A.L.V.E. It's a number I'm very proud of and a number that we will be looking to expand in the coming years. So I have another video to show you. It is another success story from our program. It's voiced by Maureen, who is our community and business manager, and it tells the story of Mama Mark, who has started her own business back home. So please enjoy this video.
Hi, I'm Maureen, a business and community manager. We first met Hanifa through her son when he had run on the streets, and through our program she was hoped to start a thriving cassava business, and it's an example of how our programs empowers caregivers to support their families and have a brighter future.
Amaina gange ninze namwase Hanifa S.A.L.V.E. banamba banondera omwana wange yali yabula n'okutegeera S.A.L.V.E. omwana wange ekisaawa dino yatereera ndikwenda kumwongeramuku ali ayega eby'omukono kuti ku mwogo bwe mwampa sente natandika nasasula kwere kuba baali balivamuko okusama okungoba ati tolisasula ki sente kuti bwe mwampa sente najja nasasula kukubale bwe nalinga ntunzeeku najja nasasula kwaba isomero bakoba atya kuti saawa eno oyo amazeeyo atandika okukola ki okutunda butyawo nayongera kuno musumbuusa awo kuba nfumba bintu bibiri nsumba sumbuusa nafumba n'emiwogo amatooke nja nagasuubula nsuubula enkota olundi nsuubula nkota 3 aye leero nasuubwira enkota ditya 2 kuba kulule naleeta amatooke eitooke erindi lyanengaku kutyawo naleesa amatooke gatya 2 naleetaku n'obuntuntu obundi bizinensi yange yendiisuubiramu ndikwenda enkulaankulane kuba buti tuterekaku akasente bwe tuterekaku akasente tulikwenda omwaka gujja okuwaaku nga tugulayo oba nte S.A.L.V.E bwekoleire irala era neebaza ino ekitongole kya S.A.L.V.E tube walala neebaliza irala ino mututoire mu mbeera embi nze nali titunda bintu byona byona nali buti ekiwumulo okusoma bwe kutandiika ntunda muwogo tiba nankoko tiba namatooke ng'okusoma ekutandiika ntunda bwaki bwa muwogo aye buti saawa eno ndigemaganyaki bizinensi donadoona kale neebaza ino ekitongole kya S.A.L.V.E mwebale ino mwebalire irala mutatulekuliranga nayegayo okutereka akasente nti bwoba okoze ngaawo olina otereka kuki sente tolya sente donadoona ate ekindi kyenayegayo nga bwoba kugula byakulya togula nti oligula bintu bingi bibaabo oyonoone naku abaana balye bonoone bayiwe wansi gula ebintu nga tolikola ki tolikwonoona ebibamala okukola ki okulya nayegayo n'ekindi okugula ku bintu era awo wenagwira okwega okwaya ki enkoko nakoba kankole ki enkoko dino nditandiise bibiike zenamba ekuki kuba babitusomesa mu S.A.L.V.E ebyo naabanga nkoze eki ndeze nsomesa nkwebaza okutulambulanga n'otwizaamu amaanyi bwakoba oti maama maaka kola oti era awo neebaza musomesa webale ino webalire irala.
Hi.
So that's a very short video just to give you an insight into how the business team works. Caregivers who are enrolled in that program receive training from our team at our residential site before they launch their businesses. So they are supported the whole way through that process, and we're really seeing the benefits of that now. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Okay, we're nearly approaching the most important part of the evening, the raffle. You'll be pleased to hear you're not going to just hear my voice for the rest of the evening, because I think a lot of people are probably already bored of hearing my voice. So I have a co-host to join me for this part, and hopefully she can join me now. It's Lynn. Lynn, if you're there, please, you have permission to unmute yourself and join me for this part. Otherwise, I'm improvising, and who knows what will happen.
No, I'm here, my darling.
Fantastic.
I'm here. Hello.
Hi, Lynn. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hello. Can I just actually say before, I don't know if you're going to chat how this is going to work, but I just want to say how proud I am of you all. I've been involved with S.A.L.V.E probably almost since the beginning. I met a friend of mine was a trustee, and that's how I learned about the charity. So I've been involved for about 15 years or so now, and sponsored a child, and then saw that child go on to vocational training because he wasn't doing as well in the education side. What I love is the way that you really look at each child as an individual and what it is that they need. But I'm just so proud of Nicola and the team, everything that they've done. I mean, that stuff that I've just seen there about the commercial side, it's just phenomenal work. I mean, I'd take my hat off to you if I had one on. I know I've got one on in the picture. So really, and I know, Lucas, I looked at your, your CV and what you've done. I'm sure that you're going to be fantastic at the helm of the charity. So yeah, absolutely phenomenal work. really well done.
Thank you. I appreciate your kind words, and I couldn't put it better myself. What Nicola and the team have achieved gives me a very strong foundation to come in from. So I couldn't be more grateful.
It's really good. It is really good.
Do you want to tell everyone just a little bit a bit more about your journey with us? You said very briefly there, but tell us more about what you've done with S.A.L.V.E, and then we've got a video to show that you made. So maybe tell people about how that video came about, and then we can show that.
Yeah, sure. So as I say, I've been involved more or less since the inception. As soon as I actually heard about, I come from a big family in the northeast of England. I'm the youngest of 6 kids, and I've got lots of nieces and nephews, and I don't have children of my own. And I was buying them Christmas presents and birthday presents that they really weren't doing an awful lot with. And I said one year, I was like, right, I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to actually start putting some money into a child that really needs the help and support. And at the same time I was thinking about that, a friend that I met was involved with S.A.L.V.E. When I heard the story, when I heard the way it had been set up, that Nicola and her friend had gone out to Uganda to teach English and then just couldn't come away from seeing the street children. They couldn't walk away and come back to the UK without trying to help. And I think that really touched my heart. And as I say, I sponsored a young man, first of all, who was a little bit older, sort of around 13, 14. He'd not really done much schooling. And it very quickly came, Nicola contacted me and the team contacted me and said, oh, he, isn't doing so well in education, but we think vocational training would be good. So he went on to do an apprenticeship as a car mechanic. And then once he got to 18, was self-sufficient. And then I now sponsor another young man, Adongo, and you'll see him in this picture because I got to meet him, because in 2022 I went out to Uganda. I got involved, and my friend who I started my business with and was previously a comedy partner as well, would you believe we used to do stand-up comedy for a living? She sponsors a child now as well for S.A.L.V.E. And when we first were still doing stand-up comedy, we heard about obviously what S.A.L.V.E. were doing, and they wanted to buy some land to build S.A.L.V.E. land. And we had got together a fantastic group of comics, and we had a benefit for them and managed to raise a few £1,000s that actually helped go towards buying the land for S.A.L.V.E. land. So I sort of had this connection all the way along. And then in 2022, we were going out to Uganda to film another charity. And then I was like, well, hang on, if we're in Uganda, I've got the crew, hopefully we can make it work. And it turned out the other charity was also in Ginger. And so we went and we spent a whole day, and I took all of the film crew with me, and we spent the whole day filming at S.A.L.V.E. and made some films for them. And when I very first started the business that I've got, which is a creative agency, but we do film and all manner of things, I started working with the charity and I started the business, and I thought, God, wouldn't it be wonderful if one day I could afford to go to Uganda, maybe meet the child I'm sponsoring and to make some films. So it was like all of my dreams came true all at once. So yeah, I think it is just phenomenal. I know with the young man Adongo who I sponsor, I mean, he is doing fantastically well at school. I've just got his report through. He's got 100% on everything. He wants to be a bank manager, so I said, I'm going to keep him with you, Adongo, because I might need to borrow some money for the business at some point. But he has been, yeah, it's lovely receiving the letters from him and the photographs. I don't write as much as I should do back, but to be able to keep in touch. We'd love to come out again and make some more films as well. So hopefully we can work on that. I think the thing that really struck me when I went to Uganda, and I'm going tingly just thinking about it, and I think I've still got red dust on some of my clothes and my shoes.
You never lose the red dust.
No, it's everywhere. And it even was around the rim of the hat, just the whole thing. That we saw everything that S.A.L.V.E. does. And from the outreach, we walked the streets. We saw the way the children were living. We saw them come to the to your outreach drop-in centre. And I remember walking through the drop-in centre and walking through, seeing the classroom, and you've got counsellors there talking to the children and trying to get the children to go to S.A.L.V.E. But walking through to the back where the children can get something to eat, they can wash their clothes in this little backyard. And I looked at some of those children, and I will say to everybody how you could not be moved by the look on those little haunted faces. It was really very, very moving. And then to go from there and see those children go to Southland and see the difference that they're making was just so phenomenal. It absolutely blew me away. And I think as well, what really struck me was for the small amount of money that we give, it makes such a huge impact in Uganda. You know, the small amount you give each month, it just makes such a huge difference to the children. You know, when you're sending money for gifts and birthdays or whatever it might be, or even, you know, giving the raffle money, all of that, that makes such a huge difference. So thank you to everybody that's supporting the charity. They're doing phenomenal work. And I've seen it firsthand. And as I said, I'm just so proud of the whole team, because I think you've done amazingly. And I know, you know, when we did the films and you were all full of thanks and all of that, and it was like, hey, this is one small thing. This is us going out there and doing that. You're doing this all day, every day, 7 days a week. And the care, and we met Alfred and the rest of the team out there as well. The care and the love that they're showing. It's just amazing. It's just
very, very grateful for the kind words, and we're very grateful for your support. That whole journey of work from street outreach all the way through to education and business management is really unique to S.A.L.V.E. You know, it's not something I've seen in lots of organizations that I've worked with. So we're very lucky in that sense that that journey of work is so strong, and we can provide the protection work, but also the prevention work, which is really key. So I'm really pleased that you saw that and you appreciate that, because it's the thing that I saw best when I was there and really saw it working day to day. And it's something that I'm very proud of, and we'll make sure that we are continuing to deliver as much impact as we can through that strategy of work progress. So that's really important to me.
We do a lot of films for lots of different things, and one big charity program that we do actually is for GSK, the pharma company. It's their flagship charitable program in the UK, and it is for UK charities. So we film every year. We film and have done for the last 10 years with 10 different charities who are doing phenomenal work, and they have won an award for the excellence and everything that they're doing. You guys have absolutely nailed it. You know, you stand among the same sort of level and above in some cases. And I just think it's, you know, it's amazing work.
Thank you, Lynn. Appreciate it. I'm being told we're running out of time, so I'm gonna move on quickly. Otherwise,
don't show the film. Don't show the film. Just move on.
Okay, well, we'll come back to the film if we've got time. Let's do the raffle prize. Make sure we do that. Everyone's happy, and then we can come back to the film if we've got time. It's nice. It's much nicer to talk to you and hear about your experiences anyway. So we'll share the film afterwards.
You've seen the work you've done, and they can look the film online. You know, this is about S.A.L.V.E, the work you do, and the children. It's really important.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Right, shall we draw some raffle prizes? Hopefully they've been sent to you, Lynn. Just to say to everybody, this was drawn independently. So despite the fact there are multiple members of my family on the call who've probably bought tickets, if they have won any prizes, we didn't fix it, I promise. It's drawn independently, and we're happy to verify that if anyone wants to. But it's been done in the back while we've been talking, which is why we were catching up with Lynn before we've done this. But I think we're now ready to go. So Lynn, if you're happy, we'll go to the first prize, which
Lovely.
is over to you. I'll let you do.
Oh, you could do one, I could do one, or you could do it on your own. I really don't mind.
No,
I did want to say, I haven't bought a raffle ticket because I was frightened if I was going to read them out and I won a prize, I'd be embarrassed. But I will make a donation afterwards. That's all I was doing.
Thanks. Over to you. I think you should do this. Much more fun than me doing it. So.
Well, a case of Italian wines donated very kindly by G&O Foods. I don't know who they are, but I'll be looking them up. So yes, case of Italian wines, and the winner is
it's Jessie
Jessie Gibbs. Are you on the phone,
Jessie's
Jessie?
on the call. If not, she'll be or he will be getting a nice email very shortly to say they've got some white
She's
coming.
my friend. I know who she is. She'll be really happy.
Excellent. There
Oh,
we go.
brilliant. Hey, if she's your friend, keep in with her while
Yeah,
you-
no, I'm definitely going to help her out with that one. Yeah.
Yeah, champion. Good
That's really
lass.
exciting. Great.
Oh, that's brilliant. Second is Inky Iffy frame. Okay. It's a moments frame. So presumably this is an electronic thing. Worth £159, so I presume it must be. Or it does them in gold or something for that kind of money. Inkiffy. And the winner is,
This is Bill Hutchings.
I don't know why I'm writing the names down. I don't need to do that. Bill, are you online?
Yeah, I'm on the call. Yeah.
Congratulations, Bill.
Thank
Good
you.
man. That's brilliant, Bill. That'll be winging its way to you. And you can maybe get one of my photos and put it in there as well for you. And prize number 3, a wild moose changing robe worth £130. That looks fantastic, actually, for the outdoor swimmers, particularly. And the winner for that is?
This is Val. Oh, I've got a surname that I'm going to horribly mispronounce here. Maybe Stuyvesant, but Val Stuyvesant is the winner for this one.
Val, are you online? All right, champion.
Let's
Maybe
hope
I might have that one afterwards if she's not. Lovely. And the next prize is Jamie Oliver's an online cookery lesson with Jamie Oliver's Cooking School. That's a fantastic prize. And the winner is?
This is Carolyn Druin.
Carolyn, are you online? Champion, that's another prize for me. Lovely. And then the next, axe throwing. I think this is really good fun. I'd really like to have a go at this. Axe throwing for 2 at one of Hatchet Harry's 8 locations. And the winner is?
This one's Veronica. Veronica Sudedkova. Maybe I've pronounced that wrong again, but Veronica, hopefully you're on the call.
I'm here, and this is hilarious because I'm so bad at this. I've already had a go, and it was outrageously bad. Just can't wait.
A chance to practice.
I've never done this before. I think it'd be really good fun. That's brilliant. That's really great. And the next prize, so well done. And the next prize is a cinema voucher for £50 at View Cinemas. And the winner is?
This one's Martin Calcutt.
Martin, are you online?
I don't think he's here.
Oh, not to worry. I'll maybe just turn up at the cinema with him when he, poor fella. And the next prize is an Experience Days voucher for £50. Nice. And the winner is?
We've got our first double winner. Must have bought lots of tickets. It's Bill again. Bill, you've won another.
Oh, Bill.
Well, thank you. Good night, eh?
Oh, that you've done very well, Bill. Oh, yeah, but there's lots of things to choose from there as well. A first bundle of 5 books, generously donated by Avon Books, part of the HarperCollins family. So it's a bundle of books, and the winner is?
This is Janet Turley.
Janet, very educational Janet. Are you there? No, Janet's not there. That'll be winging its way to you. And the next prize is 4 VIP Cafe Nero drinks vouchers. And the winner for that is?
This is Ruth Till.
Ruth, are you online, love? Oh,
She's probably Cafe Nero.
That Knickerbocker Glory thing looks lovely. The next one is a go-karting session for 1 at one of 30 UK locations, and that's kindly donated by Team Sport. So the winner for that is?
Helen Huthwaite. So Helen, you've got some go-karting.
Helen, are you online? Nope. And the next winner is paintballing for 10 people at one of 40 locations. And the winner for that is?
This is Darren Mee, which is a relation of mine. So I might be going paintballing relatively soon, which is very exciting.
It really hurts when it hits you. It really hurts. I want to go. That's brilliant. Next prize is a 1-hour private yoga session for 1 month's unlimited yoga classes from Soul to Soul Yoga. Thank you very much for that donation. And the winner is?
Jenny Aldridge.
Jenny?
That's my friend. She's not online, but but she'll be very pleased with that.
Oh, that's fantastic. Lovely. She's going to be very zen after that. Oh, we've got a second bundle of books. Again, kindly donated by Avon Books, which are part of the HarperCollins family. And the winner of the second bundle is
This one's Natalie Hine.
Natalie.
Yes, that is me.
Yay!
That's great. I love reading as well. That's fabulous. Thank you.
Oh.
I never win anything, so thank you.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's
Thank
good to
you.
hear. And now we're on to the penultimate prize before the holiday, and that is a voucher for 2 people at Junkyard Golf with a free drink each. I don't know what Junkyard Golf is, but it sounds interesting. And the winner for that is
This is Emmy Matsunaga.
Emmy. Are you online? Nope. Okay, and now we are on to Eastbourne. And this is a 1-week break in a 2-bed flat that sleeps up to 6 people in sunny Eastbourne. I don't know whether we should claim it's going to be sunny. We're just caveat on there. We can't guarantee it will be sunny, but hopefully. And the winner of the holiday is
Susan Haydock.
Susan. Please say you're online. Oh,
that's going to be a great email, isn't it, when she gets that?
Yeah, I think that's fantastic. Well, thank you everybody that bought tickets. You've raised money for a fantastic cause, so thank you very much indeed. It's not the winning, it's the taking part that counts.
Exactly. Lynn, thank you so much for helping me host. I've enjoyed that a lot, so thank you.
Pleasure.
I have a career in Saturday Night TV still, I think, so we'll give it a go. So thank you so much for hosting. Thank you to everyone who bought tickets. We really appreciate it. Your money goes so far for us. I think I've just been sent a total. We've raised over £1,000, £1,010 from raffle tickets, which is amazing. So £10 will provide a safe night for one child for one night. That's everything that they need. So with £1,000, we can do 100 safe nights for children over the next 100 days. So that's very exciting. We're very grateful. And we couldn't do what we do without your generosity and your kind hearts. So thank you so much for all the support. It's very much appreciated. And sorry if you didn't win. Try again next year. Please don't send me emails. My inbox is already very full. But you guys are not the only people that need to be thanked tonight. I've had the pleasure of doing this for the first time. Nicola has done this for many years, and it's time that we thank her. I think this picture you can see on screen is Nicola with Helen, our other co-founder, 16 years ago when they visited Uganda and formed S.A.L.V.E. I love this picture, Nicola. I think it's great. I think you need to get it printed and blown up on a wall somewhere. It's just fantastic. I don't really have the words. I was asked to put together a few things to say for Nicola today, and I really struggled because it's really hard to put into words what she has achieved. I think, I met her for the first time when I interviewed, and then I spent 3 weeks with her in Uganda, but I feel like I know her very well already, simply because of the strength of the organization that she's built. You can see her in everything that we do on a day-to-day basis, and I think that is a huge compliment to her passion and commitment to this cause. There are lots of people within the organization who care for you very deeply, and I know that they will miss you, but they know that your legacy lives on through the work that we are doing. And the team you've built is one of the most professional that I've seen working in this sector, one of the most impactful, and I'm really impressed by how far the work that they are doing goes every day. And that is because of the standards that you have set and the ambitions that you had, and the work that you've put in to get S.A.L.V.E. to where it is now. So I'm very grateful for the foundations that you've laid and the opportunity to come behind you and follow in your footsteps and build on top of what you have already built. And we look forward to you staying with us and joining the board later this year. So you're not escaping from us that easily. Unfortunately, you're going to have to stay with us for a bit longer. So you will be missed, but this is not goodbye. It's just see you later, as we said many times when we were together in Uganda. So to celebrate your achievements, we put together a short video for you. Please cry if you need to. We're not going to put you front and center of the screen. So we hope you enjoy it. And for everyone else, this is just a few messages from some of the team in Uganda and some of our young people as well to say thank you to Nicola for the work that she's done over the last 16 years.
Hi, Nicola. We want to really thank you so much for having worked for S.A.L.V.E as a CEO for the last 16 years. We've really achieved a lot together. We started a small charity as a CBO. We've grown big. We've supported a lot of children. We are now an international organization. And yeah, S.A.L.V.E is still going far. We want to thank you so much for the vision of starting this charity. As you change roles, we are so excited that you are still going to get involved in supporting the work that S.A.L.V.E is doing. We are so much happy for that. Thank you for continuing giving support to S.A.L.V.E to our vision of no street called home.
Hi, Auntie Nicola. It's me, Maureen. And I just want to use this opportunity to tell you thank you so much for the changes that you have created in my life, in the lives of other staffs at S.A.L.V.E. It has been a blessing to work alongside you, and you are indeed a blessing to all of us. We have seen a lot of beautiful things happen to S.A.L.V.E as an organization, in our children, in the staffs, in the whole different departments that we have at S.A.L.V.E. And it's all because of you. You have been a beautiful and wonderful CEO to us. And really, we just can't wait to see you in another version as you being part of the board team.
Hi, Nicola. Wow, it has been amazing working with you for all this time. And I really want to say that I'm glad being part of your team. And as you're trying to change roles, I know there's a lot we are going to be learning from you.
Hi, Nicola. It has been nice working with you. It has been nice working with you as you change children's lives. We are looking forward to continue working with you as you change roles so that you continue changing children's lives. Love you.
I love you, Auntie Nicola.
I love you, Auntie Nicola.
We love you, Auntie Nicola.
I love you, Auntie Nicola.
I love you, Auntie Nicola.
I love you, Auntie Nicola.
We love you, Auntie Nicola.
Nicola, you started this organisation from nothing 16 years ago, and you are leaving behind an unbelievable legacy, an organisation that impacts children, their families and the community every day. You've assembled a fantastic team that are knowledgeable, passionate, and put the children at the centre of everything they do, and that is a credit to you and your hard work and dedication to this cause. Thank you for laying some unbelievably strong foundations, and I look forward to seeing where we can take S.A.L.V.E in the next few years. I'm going to give you time to compose yourself, Nicola, before I ask you to come and answer some questions with me. Before we do that, we are going to open the floor to questions, but just to give you a couple of ways in which you can stay in touch with S.A.L.V.E in the next few weeks and months before we have the chance to meet again in the future. The first is our newspaper, News from the Streets, that was launched on Friday for International Day for Street Children. It's available on our website in English and Luganda. Please read it. It's amazing. It's entirely the voices of our young people, and please share it amongst your network. It's really important that we make sure their voices are heard. The second is you can listen to our podcast. It's on Spotify and I presume all other helpful podcast providers. There are a few episodes that have already been released. There are more to come, including one with me, which is very exciting. And then all of our team are being interviewed in Uganda so that we can give you a better insight into the work that they are doing every day. So there are episodes available now. There are more to come. So please subscribe and listen on your commute and make your commute much more exciting. The third is to volunteer. If you think that you have skills that would be useful to us, either in the UK or in Uganda, please get in touch. We have opportunities to support the team. We're always looking for people who can give us their time and their expertise. So we'd be very grateful to hear from you if you would like to do that. Fourth is to give you a heads up about our fundraising month in September, where Nicola is going to be running around a lake dressed as a dinosaur, and I'm going to be attempting to run a very silly distance over 100 kilometers in 24 hours. We would love other people to be involved with our events, but we would also love people to do their own events. They don't have to be endurance themed. They can be whatever you'd like to help us raise some money in September. So we'll be circulating some more details about that in the next few weeks, but please keep an eye out on that if that's something that you think you could support us with. And then finally, on Friday this week, there is a ceilidh in Manchester, which Nicola is organising. So if you would like more details, they're on our website, and you can also get in touch with us if you have any difficulty booking. But we'd love to see you there as well if it's something that you would be interested in. I would be rubbish at a ceilidh because I have 2 left feet. So I hope, Nicola, you've got some better dancers coming than me. Great. I think that draws us to a close for today. So again, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your questions. It's been fantastic to meet so many new people and see some old faces join me on this new adventure. So please stay in touch with us. We'll stay in touch with you, and we look forward to updating you on all the exciting things that we'll be doing in the coming months. So thank you so much. We hope to see you again soon. And thanks once again to Nicola for all of the incredible work that she's done. We wouldn't be here without you, so thank you.